None of this is easy. Is making $1 million in network marketing easy? Hell no. But is life easy? In a year from now, are you still gonna deal with crap? Yes or no? Are people still gonna let you down? Yes or no? Are people still gonna question who you are? Yes or no? Are you gonna feel like an imposter more than 100 times over the next year? Hell yes. So if you're gonna go through the crap anyway, you might as well go for something that could really shift your life. What does the best year of your life feel like? What does it look like? What does that mean? What kind of freedom do you have? Did you hire a personal trainer? Did you hire a counselor to help you and your spouse get connected again so you can have intimacy, passion, and a real relationship? Did you end a toxic relationship? Did you find the love of your life? You have somebody cooking your meals so you can focus on being healthier while you work harder. Are you working from home? Do you have a team underneath you? Do you have a team that you meet with every week and you not only love helping them make money, you actually love them and you feel fired up every time you're together? What does it feel like when you're on a call and you're on a Zoom and there's 50 people working with you, then 100 people working for you? Pretend it's a year from now looking back without looking through all the clouds. I'm old enough to remember the Roadrunner. Most of you probably don't remember the Roadrunner cartoon, right? There was the Tasmanian devil, and it was this little devil that would spin so fast that it would have a dust cloud around him. And that's really our lives in today's crazy busy world. We have a dust cloud around us. So exit out of the dust cloud, pretend it's a year from now, look back, and here's what I'd suggest. Start writing fast. Start writing fast on what the best year of your life looks like. Yeah, it's easy to go, I'm making 40 grand a month, 100 grand a month, whatever the number is, that's easy. But I want you to write down the real stuff, guys. Remember this, money is a byproduct of value creation. And when you have money, you get to do awesome things to impact others and allow you to find who you're supposed to be. You know what money did for me when I stopped worrying about it? It made me look in the mirror and realize that I was pretty hosed up. That the reason I went through a marriage and it didn't work out. The reason that I wasn't completely attached to my family is because I dealt with so much trauma as a kid that it was making me keep my heart like a shell around it. When money got out of the way, I got to focus on me and work on, get a therapist and get a counselor and go to masterminds and read books nonstop and get a coach on how to be better at love, better at a parent, better, all those things. I'd love to say, yeah, I got the Lambo. Yes, I have my own plane. I don't even show it on social media. All that stuff is cool. But can I tell you the real thing that money did for me? I got to be a better man. I'm married to the love of my life. I get to fall more in love with her every single day. I get to be the dad I always dreamed I could be. I get to wear a t-shirt every day of my life. Like, there's little things for me that really have shifted everything. So where do you want to be? So when time allows, I'd love for you to pretend it's a year from now, look back and say, what does the best year of my life look like? And just write it down. So now, if you know where you are and you know where you want to go, what's in between here? There's a gap, right? There's a gap. There's no bridge, right? I'll get to that in a moment. But before, there you go. Jessica, first one, at least in my group. Thank you for sharing that. But let me share something with you. None of this ever happens without attaching the next piece. If you know where you are with honesty, you know where you want to go, pretending it's a year from now and it's the best year of your life, what's missing? And I'm going to ask you to attach an emotion to it and why. You must attach the why. Why do you want to go from here to here? Why? Why are you here? Make more money? Are you here just for 50 grand a month, 20 grand a month, 5 grand a month? Is that really why you're here? Or if I had an hour with just you and I and we really dug into your life, your past, it'd be way deeper than that. Have a why so strong that when you have the tough day, when the person doesn't want to talk to you anymore, when they hang up on the phone, you didn't close the deal, you get embarrassed because you weren't perfect at your presentation. You need a why so strong that lifts your ass back up and says, we got this. Because I'm not settling for anything different. You know, I went through an exercise it might be 15 years from now. 15 years ago, I went through an exercise called the 7 levels deep. I'm not going to go through it today because I won't get to my teaching points. But basically, it allowed me to go through a process of asking myself why 7 times over. I hired a consultant for a lot of money, and he took me through an exercise. I said, why the hell would you pay me 10 grand for half a day? And I said, well, I want to take my business to another level, have more freedom, leave a legacy. Well, why would that be important to you? Why do you want to leave a legacy? And I said something else, and then I said something else. And here's the cool part. Here's the thing about it. The first 3 or 4 things, it comes right out of your head. Like, you got them. Leave a legacy, more time, more this, more that. When I got to about the 5th question, something weird happened. And I'm going to encourage you guys to do this. Something really weird happened. This gentleman that helped me with this, his name was Joe Stump. He was an incredible guy. We got to about the 5th question, and I literally felt my physiology change. It went from my head into my heart. And I remember saying, I don't want to go backwards. Now, what the hell's that got to do with hiring this guy for 10 grand for a day of consulting? And I just started thinking about wearing hand-me-downs and watching my mom struggle and living in that trailer park and getting made fun of and not having money and not being able to go to the restaurant and take my mom and do it. I never want to go backwards. I am never going back there. Man, I started being empowered, and I thought that was the answer. And he said to me, well, why would you never want to go backwards? I'm like, come on. And then all of a sudden, those of you that are parents, I remember saying, I want my kids to have choices. Now, I don't mean entitled brats. This world does not need 3 more entitled children. That's an absolute truth. But I didn't feel like I had many choices as a kid. I wanted my kids to have choices, and you know, where I cry over Disney movies, so I'm thinking about my kids and letting them have choices, and I'm crying hysterical. I'm in my heart, and I'm like, I found my why. And he's like, no, that was only 6. Why do you want your kids to have choices? And my biggest, boldest why vomited out of my mouth. I had never said those words before, and I said, I want to be in control. Now, we all have our own. But what that meant for me is my parents were married 9 times by the time I was 20. Imagine that crap. Like, they are professional at getting married. No, they're really good at getting married and really good at not making it work, right? But I moved 20 times. I'd have new friends, new step-grandparents, new step-brothers, new step-sisters. I'd go to a school I absolutely loved. I lived on a cul-de-sac for a while. I had a BMX bike from my stepdad. Come home from school, craps on the front yard. We're moving again, right? So what I realized for me, this doesn't mean it's you, it doesn't mean it's your life, but my life, what I realized in that moment is nobody's going to tell me when to move, how to dress, where I'm going to live. Listen, success means something different for all of us. To me, success means every day when my older kids are with me, I have them every other week. I drive them to school. I make them breakfast every single morning they're with me. They're still 13 and 15. I take them to school. Every day they're with me. At 3 o'clock when school's over, I'm the one waiting outside. Yesterday, I'm the one that takes them to their practice, to softball, to baseball. I don't miss a game. To me, that's success. That might seem boring as heck to you guys. But nobody's going to tell me I want to be in control of my time. No one's going to say, sorry, can't go to your daughter's game. We got this deadline. You got to stay. Screw you. No one's going to tell me I'm not picking up my daughter. No one's telling me I'm not going to watch her when my daughter pitches and she strikes somebody out, and I watch her just glance over and she sees her dad looking at her. I could cry thinking about that. I will fight to the death for that. There's no one going to tell me no. You think I'm embarrassed about making a phone call or somebody rejecting me? My daughter and my son deserve my time. They deserve my heart. They deserve when they come out of school that I'm there. And the only way I get that is to be in control of my time, be in control of the man I am, dress the way I want, teach him the way I want, be who I want to be. And the only reason I'm not trying to get overly emotional with you, because life kicks our ass. Stuff is going to go wrong. People are going to doubt you. Your husband, your wife is going to question you. The friends that you have are going to tell you you're nuts. When you start making money, something's going to go wrong and the money's going to stop. All of these things are success tax from God, the universe, whatever you believe, seeing if you have the stamina, the strength to keep going. Do you know how many people give up on the 5-yard line? You try, you fail, you try, you fail, and you go, this is it for me. If you just knew that God was saying, damn, I wish she tried one more time. I was just going to give it to them right after this, but they didn't prove themselves. Imagine there's a success tax auditor, and we all have to pay it. I'm sorry if some of you have to have 10 failures, and some of you have to have 100. But we have to pay it. So how do we stand this grit? How do we keep moving forward? I'm 53. I have more energy than I've ever had in my life. I don't need to work another day in my life. I work harder than I ever have because I know my why. I know what drives me every day. So I'm sorry if I'm going a little deep on that, but this is the part when somebody says, I feel like a procrastinator. I don't know if I can find the time. No one believes in me. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm sorry to really just make things simple. Your why is not strong enough. It's as simple as that. Your why is not strong enough. Maybe I've tricked my subconscious. But when stuff's not working out, I don't go, I can't do this. I go, no. Nobody's making me go backwards. My kids are going to be left a legacy. And no one's ever going to tell me how to dress, how to raise my kids, where to live, how to live, and how to take a vacation. I feel that like in my soul. I literally feel it in my cell as I say this to you. I could get emotional. I could fight. And here's the thing. It's going to happen. None of this is easy. None of it's easy. Is making $1 million in network marketing easy? Hell no. But is life easy? In a year from now, are you still going to deal with crap? Yes or no? Are people still going to let you down? Yes or no? Are people still going to question who you are? Yes or no? Are you going to feel like an imposter more than 100 times over the next year? Hell yes. So if you're going to go through the crap anyway, you might as well go for something that could really shift your life. Listen, I just got done reading a great book. And it's something I always went after. If you're going to go after something, you might as well go big because it's the same issue. It's the same uncomfortable action you have to take. You have to be courageous. You have to move forward. You're going to have people in your life telling you you're crazy. All of it's going to happen if you're going after 1,000 a month or 100,000 a month. All the same shit is equal. You might as well go after the big number. Because if you shoot for the stars, at least you land on the moon. I didn't make that up, but I love that saying. You guys feeling me? So know that all the great knowledge you got, those of you that are part of Accelerator, congratulations, all of that's great. But if your why isn't strong enough, I promise you'll opt out. I've been doing this for 25 years. I feel blessed. Tony changed my life. I got to go in this industry. Now I'm partners with Tony. He's my dearest friend. We talk every single day of the week. He's kicking ass at Date with Destiny right now. I know for a fact that you have a whole nother level of life waiting for you, but you have to decide. You have to be so passionate that no one talks you off this, that no one gets in your way, that 20 no's, say, give me 20 more, I ain't stopping. That is the, as Tony says, burn the boats. This is real. We got to keep moving forward. So I digressed a little bit, but now you know when people say to me, how do you have so much energy? Why do you keep going? Because my why is so damn strong. So if you know where you are right now, you got this? And you know where you want to go, what allows that to happen? This first part is why. Why the hell do you want it? At a deep level. And then the last piece, where are you? Where do you want to go? Why do you want it? The last piece is how. How are you going to build the bridge from here to here? How are you going to get there? And this is the part where most people freak out. This is where people start thinking about having everything at once. Like, oh my God, I need to be better at sales. I need to build a better downline. I need to recruit more people. I need to be a part of a better company. I need. You put it all in one thing, like a New Year's resolution. It's so overwhelming that you look at it and go, how am I going to drain the ocean? I only have a spoon. And then you go back to who you were. And then 6 months from now, you're uncomfortable with who you are and you start looking again. And then you dabble and then you go back and forth. Maybe, what if this was the time that you just stopped going back and forth? And you went all in and looked at it differently. Pedro said Kaizen. I don't know if he said that. How do you eat an elephant one step at a time? How do you run a 1,000-mile race? Or how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? How do you run a 1,000-mile race one step at a time? How do you go from where you are in network marketing to where you want to go? What if I told you it's just small little incremental pieces? You see, marketing is cumulative. Success in business, cumulative. Investing and making money, cumulative. Building a team, cumulative. If we look that we're making progress every single day, we realize that the end result will be the success you want, but you have to gain the capabilities. And here's something that I wish I would have learned earlier. This is something I wish I would have learned earlier in my life. Is I've been doing, where are you? Where do you want to go? Why do you want it? And how? I've been doing this for at least, I would bet to say 15 years. But you know what? I replaced the how recently. How can be a little overwhelming, can it? Who's learned something this week that you're like, damn, that sounds amazing, and then your next sentence was, oh, how am I going to do that? Who's done that? How the hell am I going to fit that in? How am I going to market? How am I going to build this team? How the hell am I going to do a challenge? How, right? I got a little secret for you. Thank you for all the, replace how with who. Replace how with who. Who has already done this? Who has the capabilities to get me there? Who has the roadmap? Who has the directions? Who's already sold at this level? $1 million earners? They've already produced, they've already created all of these pieces to go from where they once were as a dreamer to now they look like they're on top of the mountain. They still had to build the bridge. They still felt like an imposter. They still got questioned by their family. They still messed up the first couple of times. They still went down to $10 in their bank account, but they gained these capabilities and all of a sudden they got to where they are. So I want you to think through that lens. I want you to think through that lens of, I don't want to oversimplify this because all things take work. I'm not the guy to tell you you'll be rich for doing nothing. If you recognize that you just have a gap. Listen, who in here is a parent? Raise your hand if you're a parent. Who knows, even if you're a parent of any age child, who knows that whatever parent you are, you'd still like to be a better parent? Who knows that? And how do we get there? We read books, we ask friends, we ask family, we ask counselors. Who in here wants to take their money and invest it better than you currently invest it? Or when you start making it, invest it better? There's a gap of where you are. There's a gap of where you are to where you want to go. How do you fill the gap? You gain capabilities, right? But I said something earlier. It's not just about gaining capabilities, right? You need to take that uncomfortable action to make it real. So you take action, right? If you have a relationship that used to be passionate and intimate and it's kind of dead, you're here, you want to go here. You have to gain capabilities to fire it back up, reignite it, bring love back in, or maybe it's too late. I don't know. I'm just saying we all have gaps. So I'm not trying to oversimplify network marketing or any business you want to be in. What I'm saying is recognize I have a gap. I'm really good at these 5 things. I suck at these 4. I need to find the who that's good at those 4, model what they do, and then put it in play. And don't expect miracles overnight. Kaizen, 1 step at a time. This is Tony's line, not mine. We all overestimate what we can do in a year, and we underestimate what we can do in 5. How cool would it be to come back here in 5 years and be the leader, be the example, and empower other people to see what's possible? What's up, what's up? Hey, don't forget to look at the action steps we've posted below. They are the perfect way to take your success, abundance in this crazy world to a whole nother level.